Let's start with Kiyan Anthony. Why should there be optimism with Kiyan Anthony? Number one, he did flash last season. I think the best way you can describe Kiyan Anthony's freshman year is that it was very up and down. That's the nice way of putting it. It was up and down. He certainly had his moments, and he certainly had his moments. But having those moments, they do provide hope for the future as someone who could potentially break out. One of those moments that sticks out to me is how he led the charge in Syracuse's comeback win against SMU. I think it was on Valentine's Day, actually, and just so happened to be the final victory of the year for Syracuse basketball. Scored 13 points in that game, was huge in that comeback win against SMU. You also remember the terrific start to the season that he got off to. I mean, in his first 3 games, and I get that the competition wasn't great, but he scored 52 points in his first 3 games. And so if I'm being optimistic about Kiyan Anthony, I would say what he showed last year is that he has the potential in college basketball to be a high-level scorer. I don't think that he is ever going to be a good defender. I don't think that he is ever going to be a good facilitator. I don't think that Kiyan Anthony, and I would love to be wrong on this, but I don't think that he is ever going to be an all-around basketball player. That's not what he does. He is a scorer, a pure scorer, I may add. He is someone who is crafty. He can create his own shot. I think he can get to the rim at the high level. The only thing with getting to the basket, though, with Kiyan Anthony is that he does have to get stronger, and he does have to work on his finishing. Too often last year, he would do a good job of beating his man and getting to the rim, only to get completely stuffed when he went to the basket. So that's the optimism, though, with Kiyan Anthony, that he did flash last year. There were moments, and you did see some skills that you could say, oh, he looked okay in what was a pretty up and down season, to say the least. Number 2, high school pedigree. I think high school pedigree matters when you're trying to decipher who is going to break out and who is not going to break out. He was a highly regarded player out of high school. High-end 4-star guy, basically consensus. Number 1 overall player in the state of New York in 2025. But the thing with Kiyan Anthony that gives you hope is that he was not considered out of high school to be a one-and-done player. He did not have that expectation on him. If he became a one-and-done player, then Syracuse might have had a very different season than what they had a year ago. But Kiyan Anthony was never meant to be a one-and-done player. So it's not all that disappointing that Kiyan Anthony is returning as a sophomore in college basketball. For some players, it is disappointing. If you're the number 1 overall player in the nation, if you're even a top 10 overall player in the nation, if you're not a one and done, it's likely a disappointment. Likely. Not always, but likely a disappointment. And so when you factor in that, hey, he was a highly regarded player that was never meant to be one and done. It was always meant to be at least 2 years in college basketball. And you factor in that he did show some promise last year. On the surface, you could convince yourself that Kiyan Anthony could have a big breakout season as a sophomore. But there's no guarantee of it happening. I mean, do you think that Kiyan Anthony is going to break out? Feel free to leave your thoughts right now in the comments section below. But to me, there's plenty of pessimism as well with Kiyan Anthony. And number 1, really, it's his shooting. It's 1,000% his shooting. Because like I said earlier, Kiyan Anthony is not an all-around basketball player, and I don't think he's ever going to be an all-around basketball player. I don't think he's ever going to develop into a good defender or a good facilitator or a good rebounder. Whatever you want to, whatever trait. That's not who he is. He is a scorer. His path to success in college basketball, and maybe one day the pro game as well, is to be an elite level scorer. And in order to do that, he's got to get significantly better shooting from the outside. Last year, Kiyan Anthony shot 25% from the three-point line. And that was on about 2.5 attempts a game. So it's a decent sample, 25% from the three-point line. That's not good enough. It's just not. Nobody can argue that that is remotely good enough. Even if you are someone that is very high on Kiyan Anthony, you can't tell me that last year was good with shooting. 25% does not cut it. What was more disappointing, though, in my opinion, was that he was a 63% free throw shooter. 63%. So he would get to the rim, and on the off chance that he didn't get stuffed, he got fouled instead, he couldn't convert. He missed way too many free throws last year, 63% at the line. So with Kiyan Anthony, if he's not going to ever really contribute much defensively or be an all-around basketball player, that means that he has to develop that outside shot in order to have any sort of value. I'm sure that he can score. I'm sure that if Kiyan Anthony stays where he's at right now, because last year he averaged 8 points a game, I'm sure that can go up to maybe 10, even 12 points a game. But if he doesn't develop that outside shot, guess what, folks? He basically becomes J.J. Starling 2.0. Someone who can score. If you give him enough shots, he can score, but he isn't going to do anything else for you. And we don't want another J.J. Starling. With all due respect to him, we do not want another J.J. Starling from Kiyan Anthony. We want him to be better than that. And I think that he can be better than that, but he has to work on his outside shot.